Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. As we get into the trading week, we're hearing a few stories before earnings season comes into fruition for a lot of the big companies, and Netflix is one of them that I've just been looking at. And a recent report that came in the back end of last week to say that in the across North America, in the United States and Canada, they're going to be raising prices once again, and that's to do with meeting demand for the amount of money spent on content as we go through into 2022. No word at the moment with Europe and the rest of the world if there's going to be any price hikes. However, upon the news, the Netflix stock did jump by 2%, although yesterday's trading, it did actually look like the buyers were still on the downside, which we'll look shortly at the charts. But the price increase comes a week before they release their quarterly report for the back end of 2021. But the reason behind the company's move is pretty simple. It's been, it's been spending billions of dollars on content and attracting new subscribers is getting a little bit more difficult, so obviously prices need to go up. Revenue needs to come from somewhere, and raising prices is usually the easiest way of doing it. And also, with Netflix, we're looking at Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, these other streaming networks that are competing for Netflix's crown. We'll see how their earnings report does when it comes into fruition in the next few weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for all the earnings season reports. But let's just jump into the charts now, and Netflix, as you can see, is on a very, very big plummet to the downside. And at the moment, I'll just be looking to see if we're going to be breaking these recent bottoms and hitting further lows. And this is going back to, these are yearly lows now that we've been seeing from Netflix. This time last year, we're looking at the same kind of pricing. So with that being said, with the assistance of the Ichimoku cloud, we saw an upturn here, but then prices disastrously fell to the downside, and now we're trading closer towards the 500 mark than ever before. Not ever before, sorry, since the summer of 2021. So we'll see what that means. Obviously on the RSI as well, it's not looking too good for any signals for divergences to see if there's going to be an upturn at any time soon. If we look on the 4-hour chart though, however, we are looking to see a little bit more price action if we get this momentous V-shaped downturn. If we do test this recent bottom at the 507 area, if it does crack that area, then I'll be looking at the next move to the downside, which will be under 500, which will be quite significant for the stock. We see a little bit of an upturn on the RSI on the 4-hour chart. However, this might not be enough to give us a signal to the upside. So, and with prices raising for Netflix, you'll have to wait and see if we do lose subscribers for the company, or if Q4 reports is going to be something momentous for the biggest streaming service in the world, let's say. So Disney Plus as well, the last time I looked in it, I was looking to see if we were going to test these recent bottoms here, and what I was looking at is the most recent major bottom that we saw in the beginning of 2021. We did have a slight V-shaped recovery once we broke it, but however, as you can see here, we saw big resistance with a big engulfment of the Ichimoku cloud. So now prices are expected to consolidate for a little bit longer before possibly another test to this particular 160 mark, or another move to the downside. So that's what I'll be looking for in the next few trading sessions. Not looking too good for a lot of the streaming companies at the moment. If we take it to the 4-hour chart as well, as you can see here, major resistance at this particular level. But it's not all bad news for Disney Plus and Disney company in general, as they're going to be looking to see if we can see any sign of an upturn on the RSI, but prices are pretty much going with the flow at the moment, and we'll just be seeing these major candles because there is a big gap in the last couple of trading sessions that this was probably due to the fact that we saw a bit of a movement over the weekend. So we're just seeing now what the possibilities are and where it's going to go. But at the moment, engulfed in the Ichimoku cloud, possibly going to trend sideways for a while, and then we'll see what the direction is. As I said on the daily chart, if we're going to have another test at this 160 and then move lower, or just keep pushing to these recent bottoms that we've seen. So a few things to look out for, and just don't forget that earnings season is upon us now, and if you're looking for these big subscriber growth targets, that could affect the stock quite dramatically. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Once again, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll speak again tomorrow. Bye for now.